There we go. Hey, you there, Chris? It's on. Is it working? Is it working?
Oh, it says.
Says it's recording.
It's recording. It's recording. We're back on.
Now you froze. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Let me do this. Let me get us. 'Cause I'm not used
Oh, Dougie Fresh.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
All right.
Ronnie?
Yeah, you're on here, Doug. You're there, man.
All right. All right. Well,
And we're recording, Doug.
Okay.
it's been an interesting 20 minutes.
That has.
Yeah, I just had to redo Google Chrome or something like that in order to get on.
Right.
I'm proud of you.
Very good. Very
Actually,
good.
Karen did it, so I can't take credit for it.
You should have just rolled with it, Doug. You should. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. Should have just took it and ran with it.
I know.
Well, I want to say hello. It's good to see everybody. I haven't seen everybody in quite some time, and I know you guys. You guys had the doc on last time with the ketamine.
Ketamine. Dr. Peskin. An awesome show, man. Did you get
Very
if you
interesting.
haven't seen that one, tune into that one because that was informative. He's a cool cat, and I think he explained it well for especially a guy like me that doesn't understand that stuff. I think he did a great job explaining what the hell ketamine is and where it came from.
No, that's. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it, but I've just kind of been on the road, moving around a lot. I'm trying to get used to the screen stuff. How do I kind of do that? But I don't know. Fuck it. All right. Well, all right. So again, it's good to see everybody. Let's do a quick kind of catch up. Where's everybody at? How they're doing? We'll start with Chris Fields because I know he's been super busy vacationing and taking care of other people's kids. So what's going on, buddy?
That's it, man. Been. I don't think my kids ever listen to this, so I can dog them a little bit. Yeah, I got my son and daughter-in-law and grandson moved into their own house finally. With them and the two dogs that they have, it's good to see the headlights coming, but it's good to see the taillights going too. Yeah, just man, that's what I've been doing, chasing him around. Got him 2 days a week until his daycare starts. The 2-year-old, a 60-year-old, and a 2-year-old. We have a lot in common.
Yeah, you do.
Up here.
That little shit in your pants.
But what you were just in Cabo, right?
He does it on purpose. I don't.
Sure, you don't.
No, man. We had a little vacation time in Cabo, a little time with the fam, and then been busy with Danny in the wellness division. Got some good stuff. It's been busy, and they're getting ready to break ground on the facility they're talking about building, and
you're talking about Oklahoma City First Responders Wellness Program, right? Yeah,
the wellness division. I mean, it's going to be part of the DPS, all their new training center and the troopers and all that, and their cadet school and all that. But they got 640 acres, a whole section, and the backside is going to be where they're going to build the facility and a lake and all that for the wellness division and all that kind of good stuff. So
that'd be good for all of us to go out there.
Don't think Danny hadn't talked about it already. Yeah. So he's going to have bunk rooms installed and everything out there put in. So, but doing that and traveling just a little bit, speaking here and there, and staying out of trouble, keeping up with y'all. Y'all are all on the go all the time.
Awesome. Dude. Awesome. Well, I remember every time I look on like some social media and I see Tiger King out there doing his Tiger thing, I'm like, why the fuck haven't I taken a vacation? This is horse shit. Right. So, and then I was like, oh no, good for him. So, all right, Dougie Fresh, what have you not had going on?
I don't know. I've kind of been doing the same thing. Just kind of, I did get out of the house a couple of weeks ago. I went to Missouri to speak at the FBI National Academy Conference, or the National Conference. Actually, Karen and I spoke together. And once we were able to get home from the Delta crisis.
Some asshole smashed the Control-Alt-Delete over at Microsoft and fucked everybody's travel up.
Something like that. And now I came home and got Cody's home. He came home the following or the Sunday that I was gone. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool to have my boy home, and I should say my number one. So it's he's been gone a long time. So it's that's about it.
Well, Raul, could you maybe help him out a little bit? Because I know there's some. There was a pretty interesting post and some recognition on Doug's behalf that I know Rauli over there kind of
Oh
presented.
yeah,
What I do?
we talked a little bit about well, two things. First, Doug's birthday was a few days ago. What day was that, Doug?
Oh, 75th, my friend.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
on the 24th.
the 24th. So happy birthday to Doug. Let me first bring that up. And
There you
yeah,
go.
he's 50. You're 55, I think it
55.
is. Yeah, man. So happy
I'm
birthday. And
5 years older than you. Damn, I look good.
You do. You look much better than I
I'm just
look, and
kidding.
you do. When you said that, like, well, you didn't say it earlier. I seen it the other day. Chris turned 60, and I was like, "Damn, he fucking looks good." I knew I should have been a firefighter.
Yeah.
other thing
Yesterday,
that,
60.
other
He
thing
looked.
we talked, and I think you're alluding to the award he got, Chris. Is that what you're talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we talked about that. The Florida Police Chiefs Association gave Doug and Karen and Survive First the President's Award for their excellence in the mental health field in the state of Florida. So amazing work that they've been doing. So
Thank
they've
you.
been recognized for it.
Well
And
deserved.
and it kind of goes in line with them going to the FBI National Academy Association and being keynote speakers at their annual conference for the whole country. So it's not one of those regional deals. This is their yearly FBI NA national conference. So pretty cool to be a keynote speaker for that. And Doug and Karen and Survive First getting that kind of recognition. So yeah, Doug's been busy doing those things, and I say Doug and Karen, so they've been extremely busy. So I'll toot your horn for you, Doug.
I forgot about it. Thank you, man. But
No, no
that
I'm
was
sure
worries.
they
cool.
appreciate giving you an award that you forgot about. So
They they under they understand the circumstances. They probably gave it to me because they thought it'd be the last year I'd be able to come to it.
Oh
So,
my
Make a wish.
God!
Make a
Oh
wish
my
foundation.
God!
That's
yeah,
good.
Jeez, oh
Good.
Pete, man.
Well, awesome. Am I the only one that has Raul frozen, like he's passed out?
Nope, he's
no,
moving
I
to me. He's
don't.
rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
he's back. He's back.
Okay.
All
All right,
right.
Richie, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, just a little bit of traveling, a little bit of doing some speaking engagements here locally. That traveling's kind of winding down until the fall, so just took a vacation. I took a little page out of the Chris Fields almanac and took a little vacation with the family. Actually, actual vacation. So it was good. It was good. It was actually nice to kind of reset and go right into, I guess, tonight's topic, which is
And to
refocusing,
refocus.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Nice
Wow.
segue.
Raul, what's been going on other than supporting Doug's award ceremonies?
Yeah, no. So besides doing that, I just actually got back from Chicago. The Chicago, I'm sorry, the Illinois FOP biannual conference, and they so all it's a big union meeting. Is what it is, huge union meeting. For up to just under 400 people, and I was the keynote speaker for that. That was last week, I believe, and yeah, it was right before the FBINA, which I was supposed to go to, but because of the Microsoft Control Alt Delete debacle. I basically got canceled from that because it just made no sense to go after they canceled me for like a day and a half, just whatever. So ended up going straight to Chicago for the Illinois FOP conference. Great conference. Like I said, it was a big union meeting, so that was kind of different to see a state union meeting, and so everybody in there was a rep of their lodge, around the state. And so they were talking union business, and you know, these guys are from Illinois, and it, I was telling Doug that get up there and you know God bless them, because at the end they were hugging and kissing each other and everything was good, but in the middle of it, you didn't fucking say that. That's not what they wrote down. I was like, oh man, what's going on here? And I don't mean to say it was just all that way, but it was funny to kind of see these guys do some work, but they got the work done, and great bunch of people. And we were in Tinley Park, which is just outside of Chicago, about 45 minutes. So pretty cool little conference, man. I say little, it was a good sized conference. And after that, man, I've been home coaching football. I'm trying to enjoy that, and I'm tired because we had a midnight practice last night, so I'm running on fumes right now. So that's what I got.
Awesome.
You got this, buddy. You got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about you, Scallon?
Just nonstop busy, nonstop. Chris, Rich probably appreciate this, but I don't know what the fuck is going on, but the world's gone absolutely fucking batshit crazy, and everybody is fucked up. So, majority of my day is spent either talking to family members or folks that need help in whatever way they need help, whether it be treatment or. Majority of the folks need just somebody to talk to, and just dealing with the family and stuff. A couple of speaking things here and there. I got a ton of shit coming up. Be in Denver or Colorado next week or the week after. Did some stuff here locally in Virginia that we're actually, a couple of us are going to be back in Virginia to do another talk or something like that, like a day conference.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's coming up soon, isn't it? No, September, October.
I don't know. I look at my calendar every day and I'm surprised by what I see. Yeah, no, just that we had a pretty significant couple of crises. We had the child of an officer who drowned. Had to deal with that. Our agency, Rich and I, we had an officer shot in the chest and leg. I think he blew out his femur. I think.
Yep.
It was an ambush. Guy hit him with a rifle.
Damn.
I know Florida, we got some calls on a suicide, and I was dealing with a shooting over in Lafayette, Louisiana. I don't know what it is, but it's been an uptick. It's what it's been. So kind of like running around doing debriefings and this and that, and kind of helping folks kind of get through some stuff. And we had some widows that were struggling that we kind of had to touch base on. But that's. I wish it was exciting. I wish it was something more cool, but it wasn't Cabo. But
it would take us 2 days to get home. So.
Oh no! I know. I saw Doug and Karen over sending some shit from Delta. And by the way, I know Karen worded a very respectful, hey, thanks to all the people at the counter, and it's not their fault, and just really nice post. And I remember sitting in Charlotte reading that and going, fuck these people, fuck their jobs, shit. The one time I don't have to get a connecting flight because I was flying into Charlotte for a function, it was just there and back. It was the first time I've done that in a while where you land is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they fucked that up completely. So
well, Southwest people, they're a little too honest. They could have went with they weren't affected very much by the computer glitch, which
because they still use abacuses.
Well, they used to do something, but we're at the counter and we get stuck in Phoenix overnight, and they're saying, well, we're taking care of your room, and they gave us like $250 voucher each person. And so we're all standing there and we're all like, so this is all because of that one little Microsoft glitch? Oh no, y'all are staying here because of mechanical issues with your plane. And we're like, I wish you'd have told me it was because of the computer glitch instead of mechanical issues. You don't have to be so honest.
Right.
The American Airlines desk told me, hey, you're only about 5 hours away. Why don't you rent a car? And I'm like, okay. I got down there and you'd have thought they were handing out fucking bread or something because there were no cars.
Yeah.
Right.
There were no cars. I'm like, how do you not have a car? I just fucking dropped one off. So, yeah, I had an awesome time in Charlotte. that Satan's asshole, that place.
Well, at least you didn't get stuck in Kansas City, Missouri, and
True.
Hey, it's
That
good
is,
casino.
like we
Kansas
were
City.
stuck there for days, and there's nothing to do there.
Right.
So I was like, man, of all times to get stuck as, like, why couldn't I got stuck somewhere cool, like freaking, I don't know,
I mean,
anywhere.
you know, I know Raul and I were affected and not being out there to support you. But if we were out there to support you, Doug, you wouldn't have to worry about a thing because we would have took you to some fucking hopping ass places in Topeka.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's things to do in Kansas, buddy. There's things to do in Missouri. You just don't know where to go.
That's right.
Downtown Kansas City
Yeah,
is
and
pretty good.
I don't venture off by myself, but it was weird because some of the, as I call them, the Illuminati of the FBI, they didn't even make it to the conference. Their flights got canceled, and it was just pretty crazy, that's for sure. But could have been worse.
yeah, no. But I enjoyed seeing while I was stuck at Charlotte, I enjoyed seeing other people stuck too. So it was like a nice trauma bond. I wasn't the only
Crazy.
asshole that
At
decided
least
to.
you didn't get Atlanta. I heard Atlanta was basically like being back in the Road Warrior days. You had to kind of fight your
yeah.
way down the
Can
hallways.
you imagine all those people as busy as that place is? Whew.
We changed our flight so we didn't have to go to Atlanta. So we went from Kansas City, Missouri, which is like a 2-hour flight from Orlando. We went all the way to Detroit, Michigan, and then flew from Detroit back to Florida. That's how we got home.
When
And
they
then
sent us home from Phoenix, when we flew home from Phoenix, we flew over Oklahoma City to Tulsa, which we already checked. There were no rentals to get us. So we landed in Tulsa, waited. Some people got off, others got on, flew back to Austin, Texas, and then flew back to Oklahoma City. There was no flights directly to Oklahoma City.
Jesus Christ,
So it was like it was just ridiculous. We got home 36 hours later than we were supposed to. So, but we were in Cabo, so week before, so I can't complain.
Well, so I get again. So like refocusing, I know what it looks different for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me it was because it kind of there's so many moving parts to a lot of stuff that we do that I just you kind of got to take 1 second. So I did. I don't want to lie and say I've not taken a vacation. I did. I took the P-Man and Jill to Deadpool Wolverine.
How was it?
The movie was great.
No spoilers, please. No spoilers.
Spoilers, but having to bring a wheelchair was, which is fine. But we had to go up, like the one accessible wheelchair place that we were at. You had to walk up like 3 steps, like just enough to fuck it up so that it was just a debauchery. And I was like, hey, we're having a good time sitting over there watching the movie. About an hour and 10 minutes into it, I look over and Peck's like, how long is this fucking movie? And I'm like, oh my God. And it's in 3D, so you got to wear the glasses.
Oh, damn.
These fucking glasses don't work. And I'm like, that's because you're blind. I mean, they're not just. I said, but does it look like shit's coming at you? He's like, a little bit. There's no jalapenos on my hot dog. So, I mean, it was an enjoyable experience. But yeah, aside from that, good movie, by the way. Good movie. But I will tell you, I don't know the last time I saw a movie in the theater. No, I do. It was Black Mass.
It was with me and Raul.
We were in Portsmouth
Portsmouth. Yeah, man. Yeah. And we went to we went to that little pub type movie. Remember it had like
It reminded me of The Shining. Like if The Shining had a theater room.
Yeah.
Right.
The old school. Yeah, it's like in Old Town Portsmouth.
And
whatever.
you remember the dude? He had a 6-shooter on his side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome to Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the movie theater. The guy at the theater. I remember that. Raul took me to the movies a couple weeks ago.
Which one?
You? Yeah.
He took me to some sick ass one with some crazy ass vibrating seats and explosions going off in my ass and my ears. And
did you go to a movie theater or a house of ill repute?
No, it was a movie theater, man, with like X4D or something like that. So, like if you're in a car chase, the damn seat starts moving, and explosions happen. The seat are vibrating, shit. It's a whole experience. So, yeah, we just did that. So the Bad Boys 4 or whatever movie that
Oh, is that
was.
with Will Smith and
Yeah, with Martin
Martin
Lawrence.
Lawrence?
Yeah.
Is that
It
good?
was
Is that
pretty
worth
cool.
seeing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
fun. It was
thought
a
it was
good
pretty
time. It
good.
was a good time. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
time. It's
I
Does
fun.
thought
he
it
It's
was
smack
fun.
good.
anybody in the movie?
What's that?
Does he smack anybody in the movie?
Yeah,
I think he does.
he
I think he
does
does.
actually. He
Yeah.
does actually.
Yeah, for sure, man. So
And so I know a lot of a handful of us are going to some other spots like Boston. Anybody going to Boston?
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be
So we
there.
had the Boston ICP. I'm man.
I already
Super,
got. Listen, I got a table for us ready, Chris.
oh, do you?
I just don't have sweatshirts and t-shirts, but I got a table ready for us.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. You think it's hard to get like anything like patches or coins and stuff like. Try to get a shirt or sweatshirt from the Brown Jug. Nearly impossible. I don't even think
Right.
athletes like if you walked in from the Celtics or fucking from the Red Sox, they still wouldn't have it available. Like
This
you
is
got to
true.
know
You
somebody.
gotta earn that. You gotta earn that shit.
I'm telling you, man. That's
The
my
brown
Vietnam.
jug. Oh God.
Brown Jug's my Vietnam, man. That
Yeah,
was
I'm
excellent.
looking. I'm looking forward to it. I wish Fields could come with us because it's so
Yeah.
big, to experience that. And
Yeah, for
No.
Was
sure,
that
for
Boston?
sure.
and one
Yeah.
of the in Boston, it's a
Which conference is
gigantic
it? The chief.
IACP's National
Yeah, it's
Conference.
The Chiefs conference. Basically, man, it's the equivalent of that shit that what was the name of that thing, Richie? We went to for
Oh,
5 months.
the one that the one that's in
Baltimore.
Indianapolis.
Oh,
Indy.
FDIC.
Yeah.
FDIC. It's to me, it's the equivalent of that. I mean, that damn thing.
How many people
It
went
was
around?
huge, man. The FDIC one is huge, but so anyway, I'm sorry, I just wanted to give Chris an idea, but yeah, I think I'm over here thinking about what you just said, Chris, in reference to refocusing and stuff, man. I'm gonna share with you a little bit. The man, July 4th that comes by, and then July 5th and the July 5th, I was feeling like what happened to Richie there? You okay, Rich? You pay the bill?
Yeah.
The fuck?
was
Did you
just-
pay the light
just-
bill there, man?
No,
I
no.
told you. It's just been a rough couple
I
weeks.
see, brother. I see. But yeah, man. So July 5th, man, I started feeling a chest pain, and which by itself I wasn't concerned about, but then I feel the arm tingling and shit. So we all know that might be a sign of some bad shit. So man, I go to the hospital and they check me out and they don't see anything. I don't no damage to my heart, no strokes or anything like that, which is great. But man, talk about just having one of those scares and like knocking you back in line because I kind of been off kilter a little bit for the last probably couple months, and man, did that kick me in the ass? I mean,
Did you figure out what
and
it was?
no, I still don't know right now. I got to follow up with a cardiologist in next week, which is another that. So it's funny how these things go back and forth. I guess it's like a yo-yo, So it kind of, I'm scared. The hospital's like, hey, we don't see anything. So and there's no heart attack and there's no heart damage, and you didn't have a stroke. So those are all good things, right? So that was great. But then hey, follow up with the cardiologist and you call them fuckers up and they give you an appointment for 2 months. And I'm like, hey, I said my heart hurts. Like, why I gotta wait 2 months for this shit? So that knocked me off my ass again. Like, fucking, I gotta sit around
Yep.
Yeah.
Think about it.
for 2 months and think about this shit. So and knock on wood, I've been feeling better, but man, sometimes I think it takes those type of things to kind of kick you in the ass and kind of get you back into in the swing of things, and it reminded me that number one, we're getting older, but like we always say, tomorrow isn't promised.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I called Raul the next day,
Yeah.
and he starts telling me about all of the symptoms, and I was like, "You're kidding, right?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Dude, I've had that for the past 3 weeks." Like literally, I was like, "So your fingers go numb. This is happening. Pain here." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, 3 weeks of it." So fingers crossed. There was no hospital trip for this guy. I'm just winging it. So I think I just do my best work.
It was no hospital trip just because you didn't want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a scary thing. But sometimes you don't get
if you go to the doctor, they'll tell you something's wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't go, they don't.
This.
You're a
There it is.
philosophizer.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, and it and I was upset with myself because it shouldn't take that type of scare to fucking kick me in the ass and get me back,
Yeah.
going the path I'm supposed to be going, and doing the work that I think we all love to do, and as far as helping people, man, I felt like I was falling off a little bit, and I kept telling myself every day, okay, hey, get back on it, and I'm upset that it took something like that to kind of scare me into refocusing. So I think for me it's going to be something of a self talk a little more often, kind of getting myself back on, to stay on track.
And so like I don't know, I know there was a lot of shit kind of going on, and we all kind of keep in touch.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Raul, you had a ton of stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and someone just told me, he's like, "Hey man, just because Doug checks on me all the fucking time. I reach out to Doug and everything, but I was like, man, let me see how my double R is doing over here."
Yeah.
So I remember reaching out just to let you know, man, that you were appreciated, because I know that sometimes we get that. For me, that was my refocus. Like I get so wrapped up in all the bullshit that I'm kind of involved in. I talk about it all the time about when we're in crisis. It's the me show,
Right.
and I was like, let me take a pause and check on my people and see how they do. I would have checked on Chris, but that fucking asshole was on a beach somewhere with somebody else's baby. So fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's good.
I've been talking with Karen. Well, so my main dialogue with Karen and Doug is I'll find something on cats and send it to them. So that's my love language. And Richie's always going to die somewhere, but Richie and I have been like
we're just winging it, buddy.
just winging it. Yeah, no. And just so for me it was, and that's a page out of Doug's book, calling to check on people and seeing how that's going. And we get so wrapped up. I think what it is, I think we get in the mode of just doing it to kind of keep our head above water and kind of focus on what we need to do.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Well, I think
go ahead, Richie.
No, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I think we do this, and we're always busy, and it always seems that we kind of lose focus when we're not busy. If we're alone with those thoughts start creeping in a little bit. Something happens, you're not feeling well, you have something happen, and now it's like you're taking a look around, going, okay, I've been helping all these people. Like nobody's ringing. Nobody's sending me the text. Nobody's, ringing my phone. But that's not what we get into it for. But at the same time, when we're alone with our thoughts, when things are starting to slow down, it kind of, to take Raul's, it knocks you off your ass, and you're like, well, fuck, how do I get back on this horse again?
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I know one of the big things that I got, I was fortunate to do it. Oh God, it was a couple months ago. But Poppy's, my dad's part of the Romeo Club, the retired old men eating out, and I got the jacket. We wound up. Yeah, it was a couple months ago. God, almost maybe a while ago. And he sent me something. He's like, "Hey, we're having another Romeo's night out," and I was like, but I got, again, it's like the work got kind of tied up, and I started thinking, I'm like, well, what if I drop dead? What if I catch whatever Raul and fucking Chris are giving, and then what?
Yeah.
And then what? Then I did it because I did it not to take away from any speaking engagement or anything like that, but that's not more important than family. So, trying to figure out how to get back and just reconnect with my family, who's not that far away. It's only like 6 hours away up in New Jersey, in New York area. So, trying to make time for it it's just a pain. And that, like, when I got again stuck in Charlotte and stuff, I was supposed to go, but this was a work related thing, so I had to go there because it's work, right? And I remember thinking, sitting in the airport, like, man, I could be hanging out with my family and getting pissed off at them instead of here at this fucking airport getting pissed off at some stranger.
Yeah, I think, man, really quick, Chris, I just wanted to echo that real fast, is that refocusing on just your own mental health is, I think, part of my bigger issue, because I'm, since I got so much time to think about what's going on with my heart, because I got to wait for the fucking cardiologist for 2 months. I thought to myself, damn, could it be stress? And I'm a retired dude. Like, I'm okay. I can pay my bills. Could it be stress? Because we've had, and Doug knows this, and Richie knows this. We've had a crazy month, 2 months of just some pretty ratchet stuff and critical people coming, across our paths, and that we've been trying to help, and it's been crazy. And I wonder if I'm just not, maybe I haven't been focusing on washing those things off as good as I should be, not focusing on me and making sure that I'm okay after each one of these phone calls and conversations. So it's just all that's just been kind of, going through my head, and maybe that's another stage of refocusing I got to do.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong, buddy. And I think it goes, I guess, to each one of us. Doing the show, and it kind of fucking falls off from time to time, and the stuff that goes on before the show and the shit that goes on after the show helps with that wash off. At least it does for me. And it reminds me that I got to be, better at reaching out to everybody. So I think yeah, we get so busy with life and trips and bullshit that like I've said 1,001 times. There's very few people that I know I can call at 3 o'clock in the morning. The four of them are on their show, and I got a couple more, in the hopper at any time. And I think when we're feeling the way we feel at times, when we're off kilter, we don't want to be a burden, and we fall back into the fucking trap of what we tell people and what we fucking preach all the time. It happens.
Well, like Raul said, about I really, I struggled, but when I turned 30, 40, 50, I was like, turning 60, I was like, that hit's kind of different. That's like, other than it being half of 120, I'm thinking that's 60 damn years old, dude. And then I've lost so many guys my age in the last 6 months to cancer. And then Cheryl's cousin, he's 46 years old, very successful, great guy, starts having some stomach issues, thinks it's just, stress and stuff. So he lays off drinking and partying and whatever he does, and goes to the doctor 2 weeks ago. He's now at MD Anderson getting a port put in because he's got one of the most aggressive forms of pancreatic cancer that's already spread to his lungs and his liver. Tumors out. I'm thinking,
sorry to hear that.
2 weeks ago he was blowing and going, living life, and just having some stomach issues. And I was like, he's 46. So I'm like y'all. I was like, man, I got to just every now and then just kind of, and I think we all do it. We all go to extremes. We say we're going to focus on this because we love doing this. And then we're gone, 3 weeks out of 5. And then we say, well, I'm going to focus on my family. And then we get so far caught up in that we we lose this, which is this is kind of, I think this is very centering for all of us. You know, kind of brings us back to our focus and everything. So I'm like y'all. I get away from it from one extreme to the other. And this right here is a good this is a good balance or a center for me.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a, it's a good, you guys heard me say this a million times, you know, the old spec op saying you can't save somebody else if you can't save yourself. And that I've learned that lesson, you know, hard in the past, you know, it'll be almost 2 years for me. Since you know, since I had my little heart issue and all my stuff. So um it changes the way you look at everything. And for me, I had to realize, like, because you know, I've been healthy my entire life. Even now when people look at me, that's what they say when they look at me. They all the other dogs start barking. But you know, most people, they look at you, man, they go, man, you look good, you look like you're in shape. And that's a difficult task to pill to swallow when you're not healthy. And then you, like Chris Field said, you know, you focus on your family. Well, shit, I got 5 kids, man. That's a full-time, like, stress ball. So you know, you have one kid like I did, he's been in and out of ICU with epilepsy. And then you know, you dive into that, and all those little things in life that come along, they pull you away from the things that help you. And that get, you know, the, like this, like we're saying, these type of things help. And you know, recently, as y'all know, I've had to call y'all on the phone and go, hey, I need a favor. And I don't think I've ever had to do that. You know, and I'm one of them guys that just kind of puts my head down and moves forward. But those type of things, it goes to prove the point. Like when you reach out to people, how life changing things are, and little things you do. Like I got to brag on the guys. So, you know, it's hard for me. You know, I'm not supposed to drive. It's hard for me to leave the house. So at least once a week, and it's no big surprise because, you know, I don't go nowhere without Raul. Raul comes all the way over to my house to just make sure I get out of the house, drive me somewhere. Last week he took me shooting guns, and that's a pretty cool thing to do. And Gio and Jose, they're not even part of this team, except they're part of this team. They're our boys. But them dudes drive an hour and an hour and a half at least once a week to come up to take me to lunch. And those things are a big deal, because if I didn't have that right now, shoot, bro, I'd be jumping off a cliff. Because, you know, when you the things that you have in your life that I always talk about you need to have for your mental health, whether it's fishing or golfing or whatever it is, currently all those things on my list I can't do right now. So you know, you have to be able to dig deep down in, and maybe sometimes find something new to get you out of that hole as well, to refocus and repurpose. You know, repurpose is a big deal too for all guys like us as we get older and we get out of the job. You know, to have a purpose is a big deal. You know, I preach about that all the time too, having a purpose.
yeah. I'd say I was setting something up before the dogs go absolute bananas again. But I was going to be setting something up down in Florida, and I was talking to Doug and Karen about going down there just to have that. What is that place that made that the lobster joint?
Mainly lobster.
Just to fuck off and go
Jazzy.
down.
That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. Jazz.
It's amazing. Just to kind of go down there, and you know, and I don't know if Raul could chime in on this, or Rich, or any of the guys up here, but I've tried to focus on, like, the one thing that kind of helps me go through it is maybe going to the gym and working out or running, doing whatever. And it's gotten to the point where it's not as awesome as it used to be. Oh,
The dog barking again. No, so I was just going to say that. I'm sorry.
Do you know what I mean? Because it was like,
Yeah,
so it's got
yeah.
something up. And man, I got to tell you something. I was looking forward to. I was going to be seeing my buddy Doug here but some plans changed for Ash and coming up, and me, Rich, and Doug were all going to hang out. And then I was like, man, and been trying to set it up. And every time I get to set something up to go down there, it's just stressful. Like, I just want to be down there and kind of hang out. And I think we were able to hang out. It was, let's see, we were just down in Florida together, weren't we?
Yeah, over in Jacksonville. Yeah. We were all over there for a minute.
But that was probably the closest thing to a vacation I've had, and that was work.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but I the normal things that normally happen, and we talk about this all the time, when the coping mechanisms that you have no longer work, that's a problem. So that's part of, like, and again, we all do. We all talk about it, and help people out, and then it happens to us, and we're like, well, shit.
Well,
like,
so I think about this, Chris, is that we have to be intentional in finding those things that do make us happy. Because I agree with you. I think that changes over time. I think some of the things that may have really made you happy 10 years ago, not so much now, right? And vice versa. So I think we got to be intentional in taking that time to find those things. And I don't have the magic sauce, but I think we do have to be intentional, not just hoping that it hit you in the head when you're fucking walking on the street one day. But for me, it's trying something new, trying, and I mean anything. It can be anything small, but I try to do something new. This is my intentional thing. A new restaurant, a new place to go see. I've taken up kind of just looking at new, houses. I'm kind of digging, just looking at window shopping per se, just the fucking mansions, and kind of looking at that, and it's something different. I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool. I kind of like looking at these houses. So, but I've been intentional in trying to do something different, something new. See if I find a new thing. That's me.
So I was thinking about a couple different things. So hands down, some of the greatest times that we've had, and I got to tell you, I don't even remember where we may have been in Utah or I forget where we were. We were all sitting. I know we did it in Portsmouth. We were all sitting outside, smoking cigars, and just kind of sitting there and just kind of downloading. And those moments.
Yeah.
Those are like those little calm moments in between the chaos of speaking, or going to these different events and stuff like that. But then we were talking to Danny about doing, and I think we just stopped talking about it. It was like a year or two ago, about going out and doing like a ruck and just fucking off in the wilderness of Oklahoma for a couple days. And man, I got to tell you, I would right now, I would venture to say that'd be worth the effort to kind of put together, and we could all go out there for several days and just
he's got to play that Chip Keating, that buddy of his that's helping with it. He's got you can shoot and blow up whatever you want out of his ranch. He's got it's the place to go. And
I want to sit around a campfire.
Yep.
And fuck off. You know what I mean? Do something like that.
I remember when we were talking about it. And then, like you said, we talk about it, and then everybody's, how about this week? Well, I'm here, I'm there, you're there, you're there.
Right.
It's just
it's funny you bring that up, Chris, because a guy called me today from Colorado, and he's a therapist, but he treats first responders, and he's got a thing where they hike into the mountains of Colorado, and he called about involving us in it. Because
that's the Tommy guy. Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy.
Yeah.
He was on that deal with us.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. So he gets that. He gets that money. I mean, he did it last year, and I sent somebody last year, and the guy that I sent last year said it was amazing, just an amazing hike, and the kind of the way Tommy's kind of set it up apparently is really cool. So. Yeah, man.
I don't know. That to me sounds more relaxing than anything else.
Right.
except for hiking up they go up to about 10,000 feet, 10 or
Don't you have a
11,000.
fucking scooter? Don't you have one of those rascals?
I'm gonna have to because I live 4 feet above sea level, man. Which y'all trying
All right,
to
I
live
say,
over here.
I'm just throwing this out there because you got a trailer. Get one of those. What I forget those Raptors. They're like the off-road like buggies, but get like
Yeah.
a 6-person one,
Right.
and then we'll just fucking go in there to be like the handicap fucking speedway, and we'll just all hang out with you and drive
Hey,
around.
you know, the last time we all went hiking in the woods, it was all of us, but Richie didn't make it. You got that picture of that Bigfoot picture of me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Tucson.
That's right.
That's
That's
where
right.
Chris was driven by that racist bus driver.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
was
he was crazy.
that was also in the mornings. You guys were riding, I think, what like 20 to 40 miles on bikes every
Yeah.
morning, and I was
That
on
was silly.
walkabout. Getting my healthy 6 to 8 miles in, smoking a cigarette in the fucking high heat. Which, by the way, I watched an episode of a couple episodes of Missing 411. Had I seen those episodes before, I would have never walked out there because people get abducted by fucking aliens and go missing and shit.
Yeah, dude, that place was out in the middle of nowhere, man.
Hey,
That
you were talking about one of the good times, and you didn't mention it, but I was going to say, if of course Rich wasn't there yet, he was still working, man. He wasn't retired yet, and if we could all once a day or even just once a week laugh as hard as we laughed in Dallas that night
oh god.
when
I was
Scowlin was.
punching my stomach. I was
If
punching my
if you could
stomach.
just laugh that hard once a day or once a week, you would be set.
Dude, that's fuel right there.
that
Dude,
was.
I was by myself doing. I think I was waiting to do something or talk with somebody, family member, and I started fucking giggling, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that's how it starts. That's how it starts, and it was just fucking. I don't think there's not a time that I don't think I've laughed that hard ever.
That was a great night. That was horrible, because we had to. Didn't we have to be up the next morning real early?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Doug came in and said Chris, and I fucking hot too, like I was in the military again.
Yeah,
That
well,
shit was.
we had like 10 minutes to be on the road or something. And I was like, Chris, we got to go. And he went from dead sleep to running across the room like we were about to be in a gunfight. And
Hey, we always had plenty of Oreos in the refrigerator, though.
yes,
That is true. We had Oreos and you had to have milk and stuff. But yeah, I mean, shit like that is. But that's what I'm talking about. That's to me that would help refocus. I know we're not going to stop being busy, right? But having that to kind of refocus and
aren't we all going to California?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we're going to be going to California
in November.
Oh, we get cigars. Go out in California. Are you allowed to smoke in California?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they got that wildfire going right now. Maybe a burn ban everywhere.
Yeah, shit, you never know.
But yeah, well, that's going to be that's a day or so, right?
Yeah, we're going to come in on a Tuesday, do some stuff on Wednesday, leave out on Thursday. So it's 2 nights.
Two nights of
cigars. That's a long travel. That's the
thing. Going to the West Coast a long way.
Sure.
Yeah, but but I know Doug's got it when we get back. You've got to go right into another one over in Virginia, Quantico, I think.
Yeah, he's got some stuff going on. So
yeah, I know. Cause and I know October and November is just crazy, crazy. Oh, so I do before I forget, one of the things I'm looking forward to, I get to present with my partner in crime, Megan Holloway.
Nice.
It's me, Megan, and Sherry for FOP's Power and Peers program.
Okay,
that's what we're presenting over in Boston. So I get to hang out with her. I was supposed to call her today, but I got tied up with some other stuff. But like those little things, and I'm just fortunate to kind of be in the loop on stuff like that. But I think I'd like to get that shit going again with maybe going out to Oklahoma. And I don't know what time of the year is. To kind of do that, the hiking stuff is going to be too cold.
Oh yeah, fall's the best time. No tornadoes. No, it's the heat's down. Fall sometime.
Like, what does fall mean in Oklahoma? Like,
Yeah, what does that mean, brother? Because that shit.
we're in Florida.
September, October, November, even December. We don't get that cold. I mean, fall's.
What's
You don't
not
want to do
that
July
cold?
or August, huh?
Well, you know what? Every time we talk to Chris, it's his either pipes have frozen or he's getting
Yeah,
swept away
that's
by a
what I'm
fucking tornado.
saying. Like, what's not that cold? That's that. Because your shit. You talk
Well,
about your pipes
I
being
forgot I
frozen.
got 2 butterflies coming.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, like you said, we'll lock up like a lizard. Better you.
We probably want to do it in October, November.
Can
Seriously.
you get up with Danny?
Yeah, I'll see him tomorrow. I'll hit him
So
up again.
I think that, and this is what I just want to make sure we bring this back. That what we're doing right now is trying to make sure we're being intentional about finding new things to keep us refocused on our mental health, and that's the that's the magic pills. Don't stop trying to find whatever makes you happy. You
Yeah.
know,
I'm a
and
big fan of that.
yeah, yeah, and just understanding that that may change, and I think that's half the battle, and you guys can correct me, but it's identifying that, like you just said, Chris, that the shit that I used to do isn't really doing what it used to do for me. So we have to identify that and then go and be intentional about. Because if your mental health is important to you, then it's going to be important to you to find these things that are going to make you happy. So go and do it, and that's what I always challenge everybody. Keep trying to, be intentional about your actions. I mean, if it's important to you, you will make time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bottom
No,
line.
I agree. So with that, I know we've gone over just a little bit, but I think it was good for the first time coming back. We would have been
Yeah.
live, but uh, we were using software that American Airlines and Delta was using, and I think Karen may have hit the Control Alt Delete and fucked up
So
our
we
page.
can pretty well scratch any sponsorship from Delta or American.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Now.
Yeah, Marlboro.
Marlboro, yeah.
I mean, I'm open. I'm open to it. I'll be a great sponsor for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But no, with that, we've kind of essentially the whole episode kind of gone around the horn. So I know we still got a lot of stuff coming up. Hopefully, Chris is able to get up with Danny and figure out what would probably be best. I think that just be good just to go out there,
Yeah, for sure.
and just kind of take care of that. And it's great being back, and hopefully for the next episode. And I know Raul's been tirelessly working on different things, and I know Karen's been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and on upcoming guests and stuff like that. And I think we're trying to refocus how this whole thing goes anyway. So hopefully some good things to come up. And I know again we're going to be doing some stuff out in California where I would imagine we would go live with that, or I don't know.
Yeah, at portion of it, I think we were just talking about this in reference to kind of format and that stuff. But yeah, I think a portion of that may be live and some may be recorded. Stay tuned. We'll figure that part out. Yeah, yeah.
We'll figure out if it's on a Tuesday. We'll be figuring it out on a Tuesday.
No, I'll have it straight way before then. Trust me, I've learned my lesson. So
we do better when we fly by the seat of our britches.
That's what I'm talking
about. Right.
That's
Yeah. That's you guys. That's you guys.
Pants, britches, whatever you want to call them.
When do we go to Boston? When is that?
October, mid-October, 19th,
20. Hold on.
22nd or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you want to get an Airbnb?
that would actually be kind of cool for me. And there's places around there.
I'm trying to get one with Megan and Kelly. Get an Airbnb, but if we get a big enough one and all of us come down there, that might be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Richie, you might know the area. I mean, clearly you know it better than all of us, but
clearly,
that sounds like a good idea. And
I know there's a really good Airbnb called the Jug of Brown.
Yeah, it's right next door.
It's right
It's right next door.
No, but with that, guys, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully, we'll be able to go a little bit more live next time. But got a big up to Raul and Karen behind the scenes for some password fiascos that were sorted out last minute. And to be quite honest, I think Doug is the brains of the operation. So,
Right.
You know
Right.
how well that's going to go.
and I know we're probably gonna have to get off here because Chris is also going on another vacation in a couple seconds. Tropical island or some shit like that.
South
But
Carolina, love you.
it's good seeing everybody. And as always, if you or somebody you know is struggling, don't know what to do, who to call, just give us a shout. And if we don't know, we'll know somebody who does. So love you guys, and we'll see you soon.
Stay on, guys. Stay
Love you,
on.
boys.
Stay on. Stay on. Stay on.
I'm only